It's Katie Arwood from the MCC Library on behalf of One Book, One County.com and MCC Reads. And I'm here today with my friend Chad Walden, who teaches English at MCC, and as well, he's the Writing Center coordinator. Hi, Chad.
Hi, Katie.
So, we talk a lot about books pretty much every day we see each other, but I've never asked you, what's your favorite book from childhood?
Probably, I brought some books here, and truth be told, there's a stack at least this tall in my car. I made some last-second cuts as I was coming in here. I decided to mostly just bring the fiction stuff. Probably my favorite memories of childhood reading. When I was youngest, I started with comics, like not Spider-Man, Batman comics, but I liked Garfield, like when I was really young. But finally, I found Calvin and Hobbes, which is, to me, even better, than Peanuts. I know that's hard for you to hear. But Peanuts would be my second favorite. But
Okay.
yeah, I have lots and lots of Calvin and Hobbes books at home, so I brought one of those today.
So, what has been maybe your favorite book that you've read over the past year?
Maybe, I think I read this last summer, The Road by Cormac McCarthy. I dropped it in the parking lot. I think Jamie Hopkins, I know that this was on a list of her favorites, and she likes a lot of the post-apocalyptic kind of stuff. And I'd been wanting to read it for a long time, and so I think last summer was when I read it, and I really enjoyed it, and it's pretty dark.
It is one of my favorite books
It
of all
is.
time.
It's amazing that it's so dark
Mhm.
and bleak, and yet beautiful and kind of hopeful at the same time.
Do you have an all-time favorite book?
I do.
A
To Kill a
classic.
Mockingbird by Harper Lee. I taught this, so I read this when I was a sophomore in high school and really liked it, and went back and read it again when I was in college and liked it even more. First time I read it, I really connected with the kids in the story. And when I read it when I was in my 20s, I more connected with Atticus, the dad. And I was really lucky that when I got my first high school teaching job, just happened to be a 10th grade novel. And so I've probably read this book, I'm guessing 30 or 40 times, and at least probably 25 or 30 out loud to students. And so this probably, in terms of fiction, is a book that has probably made the most impact on my actual life, I guess, and character, I hope.
So people always ask, oh, is the book better? Is the movie better? Usually the book, but sometimes there are movies that
Yeah,
really
so
work.
the To Kill a Mockingbird movie I think is really good, but when you compare it to the book, it just doesn't. There's so much that they cut. One movie that I may like even better than the book is Jaws.
You
Right?
You are talking to the person in my life who likes sharks more than anyone else I know.
This is true.
Sharks with big teeth.
So yeah, Jaws was like, the movie came out probably, I don't know if it was 75 or 77, right about the time I was born. And so I saw it when I was young. And I'd seen the movie many, many times. And finally, when I was probably, I think I was out of high school when I finally read the novel. And I enjoyed it, but I thought that the movie actually did it justice, and maybe even did it more effectively, even with the hokey shark effects that we look at that are 40 years old now.
So let's wrap this up with your thoughts on libraries.
Oh, I love libraries. And I always cringe when people say that libraries are sort of going out of style or becoming defunct, because people like to do a lot of reading on Kindles or whatever. I love this library and being around all these books and books on tape and expert librarians who can help people with whether it's finding a good selection to read for fun, or community members who just need a place to maybe access the internet, and all the different kinds of services that libraries do or provide. But I remember it was the Maple Rapids Library when I was a kid, and it was a big deal to go there every week and pick out books. And I remember library day as a student when they would line us all up and we'd walk out of the classroom and go spend a half an hour in the library just picking out something to read. And so I always have had and always will have a soft spot for libraries. I'm so excited that the Writing Center is down here in the library, and because I think it's the perfect place, but also because I get to hang out with you.
That's right, and the feeling is mutual. Well, thanks for stopping by, Chad.
Thank you.
You're welcome.